Today's guest is somebody I've known for over a decade.
Wait, are we starting?
Yes.
Oh, how'd you just start just like that? I wasn't even ready for it. It wasn't like, all right, here we're going. 1, 2, 3, go.
Oh, yeah.
1, 2, 3.
Okay, gotcha. Yeah, okay, good.
Okay,
That was good.
Welcome to From My Vue podcast, brought to you by the partners at From My Vue Marketing. We are your hosts, Madison and Michelle, and we're so excited to share this with you.
Today's guest is someone that I've known for over a decade. He's the founder and CEO of the Elevated Group and Dirty Boots Coffee. And he has 6 unique brands and under one umbrella.
That's right.
He's originally from Ohio, and many years ago he traveled out to California, and he never looked back. What started as a dream to support undervalued and overworked tradespeople became a reality. Today, we're here to welcome Phil Rogacki.
That was the best intro.
Whoa.
That was really good.
you.
Good job.
Thank you.
Good job.
Welcome to From My Vue podcast. I am your host, Michelle Dalpagetti, and this is,
And I'm your other host, Madison Keller.
we are a podcast that highlights entrepreneurs that have built something from the ground up. We are excited to host our very first podcast, and we're excited to have Phil Rogacki today.
All right. Well, thank you for having me. I appreciate it. When you guys sent the email out about switching my time, and I didn't want to be the second person on the podcast, so I made sure I came first.
Thank you.
So thank you, Alicia, for allowing me for that. Appreciate it.
Well, she'll be rolling in here in style.
Yeah.
Being the second person.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and we're excited to have some coffee because I've had 1 cup and I usually am a 2
All
cup.
right.
Yeah.
I think I filled the water up a little bit high in this, so I might spill some when I put it in your cup, but we're going to make it. And
okay.
and what we're going to have today is we're using the Makita battery operated coffee maker.
Okay.
So it
Love
can
that.
make up to 3 cups per battery. Super cool little thing. So I keep it
Yeah.
in my truck. If somebody wants to try coffee, I can brew some coffee. But the coffee you're going to have is, I just went up to Seattle, okay, and we did a whole tour of this place and had a big meeting with this company that we're going to be working on producing coffee all over the country. And they gave me some special coffee to take back and try. It's Sumatra, very expensive coffee that they have. And this guy went in the back room and was like, I got the good stuff, and brought it out. And this factory, they make about 65 million pounds of coffee a year. So for them to go into the back room to pull this out, that's a coffee. So I ground it yesterday, and I brought you guys some as a gift too that you can enjoy.
That's
Thank
awesome.
you. I'm excited to try
Cool.
it.
Yeah.
We're coffee lovers over here,
Yeah.
so we do appreciate that.
Well, here it is. I'll let you guys open that. So that's the box that you get. So if you order the coffee online, it comes to you in that box.
Yeah.
Rip it open, and I
Sturdy
picked.
box.
I
Yeah.
know,
That's
this
nice
is
packaging.
sturdy.
You like that?
I like
I
that.
like that.
Yeah.
It's very manly,
Very manly. Very manly.
but I like it too.
I do.
Look at that. Let's keep America moving.
Let's keep it moving.
And then you get a little card inside.
Yeah, a
here.
little thank you card from us, and then I picked painters just because that's one of my
smell
favorite
Oh, yeah.
trade logos and stuff. But that's Sumatra, all whole bean. I don't know if you grind your own coffee or not, but if not,
yeah.
you got to grind it.
Oh, I love
you know,
this.
from that.
The packaging is so nice. All the logos are so vibrant.
It
Yeah,
stands
so-
out.
So all the logos there that you see, even the main Dirty Boots logo, my good friend Tim from Illuminaries, he's a world-renowned spray paint artist. So all those are all hand-drawn. So that was one he did because it represents him and his brand and his company there. So everything's hand-drawn. He does stuff all over the Bay Area, from a lot of stuff with Stephen Curry and Stephen Curry's nonprofit, stuff for the 49ers, the Oakland A's, Right now he's doing a murals down this business down all the hallways. He invited the community to come in, and they spray painted all these crazy pictures, just the whole community inside, and now he's doing the artwork over it and making it really cool. So when you come into these offices in this building, you got all the community kids, people of all their artwork on the wall. They don't know how to spray paint, but they just draw their pictures. Then he kind of overlays it and does some cool stuff with it. So it's pretty cool.
I like that.
Yeah.
You're really supporting everybody.
Everybody. But that coffee is really good. That's Sumatra and whole bean, and it was just roasted last week. So
Wow.
So fresh roasted.
I'm excited.
Yeah.
What was it?
So every
organic.
coffee you order, everything's roast to order. From us when you order online.
I love that.
I do too. Really strong.
So
You've got shit to do. I love that. I know, right? I love it. Well, because coffee, it's kind of, the packaging usually is kind of girly and boring and just very straightforward, but this is very creative.
Right.
I like it a lot.
Thank you.
So
That's awesome.
now you can buy it online, but what about stores?
Not yet. So that was the meeting that we just had up in Washington. So we're working on right now. It's when this company first started. It started as an idea of going, how do I help the trades out? Because we have a declining amount of people that are getting in the trades. So they say in the next 10 years, we're going to lose 30 to 40% of our workforce on the trades.
Oh, wow.
So all your painters, your electricians. The average age 10 years ago was, 41. And now the average age isn't 41 that are in the trades. It's 51. Now, not just because 10 years went by, it's not as many younger people are getting into the trades to keep that average there. So the average age in the trades is 51 years old. So the retiring age is coming up, and when they start retiring, there's not enough getting into the trades. So what happens? You have 7.8 million jobs in America that do not need a college education that are available right now. You have $1.7 trillion in student debts that are out there. 50% of the people that go to college actually graduate, and then 50% of the people that actually graduate use their degree in some source. So we have a lot of college educated people with this very expensive piece of paper that they're in debt and they don't know what they want to do in their life, kind of thing. And the trades are declining now. So the coffee was an idea of going, how do I support the trades? How do I make it cool? How do I let people know that college isn't the only way and there's a better path in life, And one day I was putting my boots on and pouring a cup of coffee, and I was like, I'm going to do it with coffee. So I planned on literally going to package coffee in my garage and sell it from my garage, and just to support the trades. And I was going to give my father-in-law a job because he retired and he just wanted something to do. I was like, orders come in, he was going to package them and ship them out. And then it started escalating to totally a whole different path than what I thought. I met my partner Dennis. He opened some doors. Fast forward a lot. Now we're working on to get in every major store and about 300,000 stores around the United States in the next 2 years.
I'm so happy
From
for
that.
you.
It's a ride. It's definitely a ride of unknowns, and people think I'm crazy as can be to start a coffee company up, and I might be, but it's fun, and that's what I think I enjoy, and it's for a good cause,
it's for a great cause.
Yeah.
Because you give $1 back to the trades.
Per pound, dollar per pound. Dollar per pound goes to the trade of your choice. So when we have this in Home Depot, we're working on right now to get into Costco. When that gets into Costco has a 2-pound bag. So $2 will go back to a general trades, from that. But then if you want the painter, you want the landscaper, you want the tree care, plumber, electrician, mechanic, heavy equipment operator, and then we're going to have HVAC, metal workers, roofers, asphalt that will come down the line as we go. So it'll cover all the trades out there for that.
That's great.
And are they all a little bit different from?
Oh man, all our packaging we just did, everything's customized. So what you see there is painter, and then every single one's totally different. So it's kind of in the trades, it's their badge of honor. It's us versus you. plumbers versus electricians, carpenters versus, that, everybody talks to the electricians, they're this and that, and everybody says this about the plumbers, but yet they all work together, to get the job done. And the plumber can't do the job unless the electrician does it correctly. And the electrician can't do it unless the concrete guys put this in correctly. So every single part of that project relies on that trade to have it done exactly, because the next person that comes in is going to be taking over that to finish the project at the end. And if they screwed up a quarter of an inch or a half an inch here,
They gotta come back.
which everybody else screws up besides that trade. I mean, that's what happens every single time, to get the project done.
Absolutely.
Gosh, I can only imagine. Like, even when just building houses, everyone has to do their
Everything.
job. It has to be perfect.
Yeah, but everybody
And if
else
somebody
screws
screws up,
Everybody else.
and they're like, gosh, electricians came here and screwed this up. Now I can't do mine.
Always.
Yeah, I would always hear that from my dad. So,
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I came from a family of blue collar workers.
Yeah?
Yes, absolutely. So
tell me about it.
And now my son has his own handyman business.
Awesome.
So it's just and he chose not to go to college.
Amen.
And he can fix a lot of things. And he
loves it.
He loves it.
Yeah.
That is so cool, because I've always had this thing where, let me back up. When I was in high school, right? The story. I was a sophomore in high school, and I had bad grades going in my senior year, the last quarter. So grades came out. I was not eligible to play football, and it was just, my dad was disappointed. I just remember that feeling. My dad was mad. What the heck? You're going to go college, play football. This is like, and now you can't even play your junior year, where the guidance counselor brought me in. The coaches were upset. It was just like, I was like the disappointment in the whole school, because I was pretty good in, football. Okay. Better at wrestling, but good in football. And the guidance counselor brought me in and said, Phil, listen, hey, we need to make sure you're wrestling, okay? So we need you to go to Penta Career Center. And I'm like, the dumb school? That's where I'm going to go? That's where you want me to go? And that's the way it was perceived. Wow. Mm-hmm. And what it was a vocational school. And this vocational school had, you could go there and take diesel mechanic. You could be a heavy equipment operator. Oh, wow. You could be a carpenter. You could be a small engine repair, vet tech, cosmetology, a chef, all these different trades you could go do, right? And if you look this up online, you could just look up Penta Career Center online. You'll think you're at a 4-year college university. That's how beautiful the campus is. It's amazing. It makes every high school look like just second class to it. And well, I did, because, it was kind of like, okay, your general education on math and science, you guys got that, great, which we did. Now I don't use any of that stuff for the most part. So went into there, and the only class that was available was chef school. So I went to cooking school, and I cooked, which was very difficult during wrestling season, when I had to cut, 15 to 20 pounds while also making cheesecake for that day and opening the restaurant my junior year. But I just remember going to that school, and it was easier. You started focusing on your trade. Now I look back at that and I go, how awesome that. And I actually have a call with my school tomorrow. I reached out to them and said, hey, here's what I'm doing. Back then I looked at this school as the dum-dum school, and now I'm looking at it as it's the smarter choice, for people, because somebody can, 18 years old, graduating high school as a diesel mechanic, can get a job for $50 to $60 an hour at 18 years old with zero debt and making 6 figures a year. Half the college people that graduate can't say that, right now on that. So I really appreciate that. And, college was always kind of pushed on me and pushed on everybody. Like, if you want to be successful in life, you got to go to college. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And I think it's
pushed on now.
Yeah. And back in the day, it was needed, back when, let's say the 70s, 80s, we had a lot of blue collar workers, but we needed more leaders, more educated people as tech started coming, a lot of things. So it was pushed as, this is the way to be successful. This is the way to make more money back then. But now it's the opposite. Now you have a lot of people that go and they get in debt and they can't get out. My sister has been a teacher for 25 years and she's still paying on her student loans. Still, after 25 years, you're carrying that around. Yes, she had to go do that for that. Yes, you have to go do that to be a doctor or engineer and things. But for the average person out there, man, take a trade. And it's such an open market right now where anybody who learns a trade, you could start a business tomorrow. Making more, I mean, just like that. I mean, go be an electrician. Go for a 2-year apprenticeship school, become an electrician, open your own business, truck yourself, and you're in business and you're 6 to 8 weeks booked out making more money than you'd ever have made in college for that. It's the smarter choice now. And we need the blue collar people to come back. We need the tradespeople to come back because America's in a crisis with this. Because what happens when you don't have the plumber to come fix this and you don't have the electricians? Guess how much more the homeowner pays?
A lot more.
Yeah, because I'm booked out 10 weeks. I can triple my price and you're going to pay it because you don't have another choice.
Don't.
That is true.
You don't.
So everything starts changing, you know, from that. Or how many people do you hear, man, I've been trying to get a hold of this, you know, this plumber and they don't call me back. No one calls me back. I want to give them work. They don't want to call me back. They got so much work. They
don't even
they're not
need
even,
you.
they don't have time to pick up their phone.
And that's why my son is so busy. Because because he tells me, he's like, God, you wouldn't believe how much so-and-so was quoted just to put screens in.
Yeah.
The other guy wanted it was 3 windows for $1,500.
Put screens in?
Screens, just screens and like 3 windows.
Just pop in a screen in,
Yeah.
pretty much.
Yeah, and my son did it for $500.
Yeah.
Yeah, because he always says when he goes and, does the screens or, puts a fridge in, they're like, well, can you help me with this and this and this? Because they can't get
Always.
anybody.
Yes.
Always.
And he's all like, he's all
Like,
"Of
can
course
you
I will."
paint this room? Can you put this up? Can you hang this
Can you
TV?
replace
Can you?
the toilet?
It doesn't
Yeah.
stop because they have 50 other projects that they've been asking, people in their family to do, and they haven't done it. Now they have someone that does it at an affordable price. Let me knock all that out.
Yeah.
Let me knock it
And
all
he's
out.
always busy.
That's
Yeah.
good.
And he loves it.
Yeah,
He really
he's
does.
20.
20 years old, own business,
Yeah. His own business.
own time, doing his own thing when he wants, where he wants to go, taking care of his customers. Smart,
Yeah.
so smart.
Yeah, and his friends are doing it too. So one of his good friends also runs, is it handyman?
Yeah, handyman too.
Or something with construction.
Yeah.
And they
Yeah.
team up and they go out,
Yeah.
and they
That's awesome.
absolutely love it.
Yeah.
That's
So,
cool.
Yeah.
Good for him.
Yeah.
Really smart kids. So
Yeah.
Good for him.
okay, so
Oh yeah. Let me pour some coffee.
I am so excited to have this coffee. I'm sorry to interrupt you.
I can just smell it. It just smells so good. Andy, is everything good?
oh, Madison, did you want a cup?
Huh? It's okay.
Well, you guys can
We can share it. I'm just gonna take a sip.
bear with me. Ooh, that's pretty good.
I'm super
Okay.
excited. Okay.
Hopefully, is this the color that you like?
Yes.
Okay.
Is it for
So-
you, Mom?
You try it.
You try it first. You were really excited.
I know. I'm really excited.
What is it?
Best person ever. Love the cup.
Let's see.
Oh my gosh.
And you're
So-
picky with coffee. She
Oh,
really
I'm
is.
so picky.
So that's a Sumatra, and now the cream that's in it is I use a half and half, organic half and half, and then I mix it with maple syrup for that, just so you don't have all the preservatives and all the nastiness of sugar. It's just a natural organic
so
maple
good.
syrup, and
Oh,
half and
I'd
half
love to try
from that
I would love to try your coffee.
for that.
Like your lipstick right on the.
And it's a medium roast. And for everybody that are coffee drinkers, the lighter the roast, the more caffeine you have. The
Is
darker
that
the
what it
roast, the
is?
less caffeine you have.
I had no idea.
Yeah, everybody thinks it's the opposite. Dark roast, that's a lot of caffeine. No, they just cook it out. So light if you want to get some juice.
Remember, someone told us at a coffee shop about that. Or was I with you?
But you weren't with
With
me.
like the lighter the bean, like the more caffeine's in it.
I
But I like the darker roast because of the flavor.
Yeah, me too. Yeah.
And you guys had it out of a battery coffee maker. How cool is that?
That's
Makita.
insane.
That is really cool.
So Makita makes every tool possible for the blue collar worker out there in the field. So all your drills, all your saws, everything you need. But they have this outdoorsman edition to where they have the coolers that are all battery operated, microwaves, they have coffee makers, they have all sorts of different things like that, that they do.
Well, we have some questions.
Yeah, ask away.
Actually, you've already answered a few of them.
Yeah.
So
Our first question was, what inspired you to start your business? But you've already answered that one. When you put your boots on and
yeah. But in starting business, it's not for everybody by any means. You've got to be used to getting kicked straight between your legs every morning and saying, "Can I have some more?" And there's good days, there's bad days, but it's a constant grind. It's all the things of, laying your head down at night and going, do I have a business tomorrow? Am I going to make payroll? What's going to happen? And then the next day you wake up and you got, 15 new work orders and you're like, oh, I'm rich. This is awesome. It's a constant grind on everything, but I wouldn't change it for anything in this world. And building these companies out, it's, the cool part is not just for me, but it's for the people around me to be able to give them something that they can also build and take on as their own. And that's what I think I get the most joy out of, is creating, developing, disrupting, building something that I can hand off to someone else to run. Because a lot of these, these businesses, I don't want to run them forever. I just like making them and then having someone else take them that are better at it and running it. Dirty Boots Coffee, it's a 5-year plan, and that's it, for me. Really? Yeah, 5 years, and then I'll be on to the next thing to build something, or building during it. So everything, when you build a company and starting a company, you've got to build it with your end goal in mind. What am I doing? Am I passing this on for legacy, for my children's children's children? Do I want to just sell it and, in 5 years or 10 years and make that money and retire? Do I want to just make a bunch of money for the business and close it up? However you want to end, that's how you have to build your company. So if you're building it to sell it, you've got to structure everything to sell it. So when a buyer comes in to buy it, you've already have it set up for the buyer. All your finances are in order, all your systems and your processes, your tech that you use is dialed in, everything's dialed in. So when they come in, it's easy for them because you just made it for the buyer. It's like having a car. I'm not going to keep this car for 50 years. I'm going to sell it probably in 5 years. So I keep record of the oil changes. I make sure I don't have anything scratched or beat up. I make sure no one eats in the car because I'm getting it prepped for the next seller, so my value becomes a lot higher on that car. If I treat it and beat it up as a work vehicle and just destroy it when I sell it, I'm going to get a lower value. So you've got to look at your business the same way, depending on what you want to do with it.
Now, is that how you look at all your businesses?
Every single one.
So the Elevated Group. So talk to us about
So the Elevated Group, we started a company when I've been in tree care for like 17 years. And when I got out of tree care, I didn't know what I wanted to do. And I decided, you know what, I'm going to start a concrete company up. So I started working on building out this concrete company up. And I always start with marketing first. Like, I got to get a hat and cool shirts and a cool logo and a website, like all that stuff. Besides building the business plan.
Did you hear that?
I always start with marketing.
Start a marketing company first.
I didn't say it because it was the right thing. I just say it's the thing I like.
The right thing.
It makes it feel real. Like when you see your logo on a shirt, even if you don't have a business license, you don't have anything, you're like, I'm legit. Because you know why? Because I have a polo with my name on it. Yeah. So I'm legit. So I still have the shirts and hats and stuff from like 7 years ago that are in a tote in my garage because I bought too much. I spent too much, and I wish I didn't spend all that. I bought all the shirts. I bought
excited.
I just bought everything. Well, building that company out was the fact of like, okay, it was going to be me in a van, and that's it. I was going to go sell the concrete grinding. Next week I grind. Next week I sell. Next week I grind. That was the plan. Of course, everything changed from there. And then as we started growing, the team was like, we should do asphalt. We need to do asphalt. And I'm like, but we're a concrete company up. They're like, well, our clients need asphalt. What are we going to do? I'm like, well, I originally started in asphalt when I was young. When I was 14 to 18, I did asphalt. That was my job, for my uncle and his company. And I'm like, and I love asphalt. To this day, I love the smell of tar on a hot day. It's just, it's like fresh cut grass. It's just like when you're done and you smell that, you're like, it's clean, it's new, it's good. It's like a new car smell.
Is that what the coffee smells like?
Tar? It can be. It can be.
I'm joking.
But if you're the one doing the job and then you see the outcome, you're all, that looks
It
good.
is. It's
the
so
smell is
satisfying.
tied to that satisfaction.
Right.
And the crazy part about it is you're doing it for somebody else. You're not even doing it for yourself. You know, when you build the house, you're like, look at this house. I built this for you. And then you leave.
Yeah.
And, you know, doing concrete work, you do this beautiful work and you're like, I did this for you and I'm leaving. Yeah. And that's kind of the cool thing about the trades. You take so much pride for someone else's, your work, but for somebody else. So, you know, so then we decided one time we were in Tahoe with the team, we're going to start an asphalt company. So we started Alpha Street Asphalt. And then when I got out of tree care from the last company I was helping out, AJ was like, we're going to start a tree company. Let's do it. I'm like, I'm not getting back into tree care. No. Well, we did. And we started Green Guardian. And then we had all these companies that we had, and we go, it's confusing to our clients to have different sales reps, different people for every brand. Let's just create the Elevated Group. And the Elevated Group was born to be able to service all the different trades under one umbrella. So from concrete to tree care to landscaping to asphalt. We do carpet cleaning now, carports. We're doing all waterproofing now on stuff. We got a huge project in San Francisco we're doing of a problem they haven't been able to solve for 40 years at this property. They have these little cans in their parking garage that kept drips of water so they don't drip on the cars. And they've had it there for like 20 years. And then they emptied these little cans in a, 800 car parking thing in 4 stories on it. It's crazy.
That's crazy.
So we're resurfacing everything and gonna solve that issue for them, from fencing to metal fencing to wood fencing to everything. Where the client, we want to give their time back to them, so they can focus on the most important thing, their clients and their residents. We'll take care of everything else. So the Elevated Group, we don't self-perform all this work ourselves. We work with a lot of different small companies that are local that never have an opportunity to work for a Greystar, an FPI. They're good at their craft. They've been doing it forever. They're in San Mateo. They're in San Francisco. And they've done a lot of residential. They grew up in the trade. It was passed down from their dad to them. And now we're able to give them an opportunity to be able to perform this work. And they're not great at sales. They're not great at marketing. They're not great at the relationship, but the product they're the best at. So those are the people we look at to partner with. We handle all the billing, all the client relations. We manage the project. We make sure it's on time. We make sure it's scheduled. We make sure all that. We have them that come on site to be able to do the work and use their knowledge to give that. I've watched projects where a client called me and said, I have an $87,000 bid to do this work, and it was removing 4 eucalyptus trees as a perfect example. So I contacted 4 companies that were our partners. They came out and they looked at this project, and 4 of them gave me 4 different pricing. And I was able to help that client take it down from $87,000 they were going to pay down to $47,000. Cut $40,000 off their bid.
Wow.
Now, that's not an everyday thing, right? But, how can you do that? Well, the company that was doing it doesn't remove 4 eucalyptus all the time, that size. They don't own their own crane. They got to pay to get all this weight, all this wood off the site and take it to a facility that's going to pay them a lot. They don't have traffic control, so they have to hire all this stuff. It's not that their price was wrong. It was for that company was going to cost more to do the job. But then what we did was we had the company that came in. They own their own crane. They owned their own traffic control company. They had their own wood facility, so they brought all the wood and recycled it for mulch to be able to sell back from that. So they were able to bring down the cost a lot more. So those are the things we look at the Elevated Group is how do we give the client not only the best price, the best service, but also the right company to do it. Sometimes you only know one company, and that's the company that you're just going to need to do it. It's not doesn't mean it's the right company. But we work with local companies to do all that in those areas.
I love that.
Yeah.
I love that. So, one of the questions I was going to ask you, do you come from a family of entrepreneurs?
No, not at all. I come from a family of blue collars. My mom and my dad were both male women. You know, they didn't meet there. Everybody always asks. But my dad was my dad was in the military for 4 years in the Marines as a recon. When he got out, he joined concrete, and he did concrete for 8 years. You know, from that, and then that company was kind of failing, and he got into the Postal Service, and because your 4 years in the military could transfer over to the Postal Service, so you see a lot of people coming over because they'll retire from the military 21 years, and then they go into the Postal Service for 8, and they get 2 retirements, which is really cool because it transfers over. It's awesome.
I didn't know that. Is that what happened with Papa? Wow.
Yeah, it's really good. So my mom, then she worked for an insurance company. That company closed down. She got into the Postal Service. My brother-in-law, Travis, is in the Postal Service. You know, it's a great job. It's a great place for that. But nobody really in my family were entrepreneurs at all. I mean, I take that back. I'm sorry. My grandpa started a company, B&B Masonry, and then, had both of my mom's brothers, my Uncle Jay and my Uncle Jeff, that worked for them, from that. Yeah.
Okay.
I actually totally forgot about that now that you said that.
Yeah. So who was your mentor?
Of course, my dad, with everything. My dad just taught me hard work, and always, I just remember being a teenager and he'd come knock on the door, and he hated when I was sleeping in on Saturday. I'm freaking like 13 years old, 14, you just want to sleep. Well, he hated it. And he would just come and be like, "You gonna sleep all day?" I'm like, "Yeah, Dad. That's why the blinds are down. That's why I'm in bed. That's why my eyes are closed." I'd be so pissed. But then he'd be like, "Come on." He just wanted me to come out and do something, So I always grew up with like, do something, build something, make something, clean this up, do this, kind of instilled in me. So anywhere I go, like, coming into the studio and stuff, I'm like, "Oh, we need to change that, paint that, do this, clean up here, do that." I start looking at all this stuff just from him. But, my dad, and then I have another gentleman named David Perkins. David Perkins has been kind of on the business side, my mentor for the last, 13 years. David comes from a company, he worked for Steel. So Steel makes like a lot of your chainsaws, power equipment stuff you'll see. Worked there as a senior engineer, and then he got recruited to come to Husqvarna. Husqvarna, they make dirt bikes, chainsaws, outdoor power equipment. I mean, Husqvarna is huge. They're the number one power equipment company in the world. I don't know if this time, but back then they were. And they recruited him to be the executive vice president of that company. So that company was a $100 million company when he came on board in North America. He was number 2 guy in charge of North America. They built that company in the next 12 years to $5.5 billion from that. Wow. Swedish company, doubled their company year over year over year. And when David first came to work with myself and my old buddy and partner, Jeremy, I remember he's like, "You guys got the talent, you just don't have the know-how, but I'm going to help you with the know-how. We're going to double this company next year." No way we can double. You know how hard it was to do that? But just because you had someone that believed in it and said it, you did it. And we did it. We doubled. And then the year after that, we doubled again. And the year after that, we doubled that again. We were able to take the company in the 5 years from, a $700,000 garage company to the year I was leaving, I was working on a plan to do $38 million in the 5 years. Now, we didn't do that. I left, and they did, whatever they did, 21 was what we did the year before that, with no growth at all. But there was, reasons. We lost Jeremy, a lot of the team left. Just big changes. And super happy that they maintained. They were able to get that company sold. Which is great for the Jeremy's family and stuff. But taking that type of mentality, when someone teaches that and takes off the barrier to really show you what's possible out there. You don't know what you're capable of unless someone pushes you. Somebody pushed Tom Brady. Someone pushed Wayne Gretzky. Someone pushed, Elon and Jeff Bezos and all these successful people in our eyes in this world. Somebody was there to push them along, and they were just crazy enough to believe in them and to do it. So Perkins, David, did that same thing with me a lot. And I took that knowledge and I went to another company, a tree company. And we were able to take that tree company in the next 3 years working there. I was only going to work there for 3 months. It turned into 3 years. But we brought it from a $7 million company to where the last year we did $160 million in sales, from them, and just blew it up, up and down the West Coast, which is fast growth. And you got to have the infrastructure to be able to handle that. If not, things start spinning out of control.
You definitely know your.
I know what I like to do, and I know what I don't like to do. On stuff. So it's not everything in my life isn't with business isn't success. I have a lot of failure days, but
Well,
those.
that's what I was going to ask you. What's
my question?
Yeah.
Actually,
What?
That's funny. Yeah.
I read all your guys' cards already.
You did?
No.
I read every single one.
I did.
That's why he's not letting us ask the questions.
Because he has them all memorized.
I have them
already.
all memorized.
But the next question is, what's one failure that taught you the most?
One failure that taught me the most, man. That's I feel like it's like an interview if I'm going to get hired or not right now. Man, I've had so many failures. Like so many failures and decisions you just make and you just go with it. I think it's sometimes just the littlest failures that I do that just remind me that it's okay. Like, don't stop. That's what it's taught me. All the failures together. I can't really name just one particular off this time, but all the failures is like, as long as you don't stop. That is the key to anybody's success, is you just don't stop. You may get punched, kicked, fallen down, failed. You just don't stop. You just keep moving forward. Jeff Bezos said, when you fall, make sure you fall forward because you're that much farther than you were when you're before. So I always try to do that no matter what. Today might not be a good day. Today you might feel like you went back, farther than where you were, and you just wake up the next day and you just do it again and do it again, because that'll beat out anybody. And I always give this story about, have you ever seen the movie Cool Hand Luke? Have you? With Paul Newman? Okay. Really cool scene there where Paul Newman is fighting with the bully or the prison leader there in their chain gang, and Paul Newman, they go to a boxing match, and this is back in like the 1940s or 50s, and they box each other, and they keep boxing, and this guy's huge, and he's just whooping, Cool Hand Luke, just beating the crap out. Everybody's cheering for him. But the one thing Cool Hand Luke keeps doing, keeps getting up. No matter how many times he got up, he kept getting up. All of a sudden, all the people that were cheering and laughing and everything, they stopped. And they just kept watching him. And Paul Newman got up, and he got punched back down. Got back up, punched back down. Finally, some of the people started leaving. Just they couldn't watch it anymore. He was just getting whooped. And the main guy, the bully, the prison leader or whatever, I don't even know what you call him, he just gave up and he just went inside. Like, I can't kill this guy. I'm not. And Paul got up, and at the end, it was Paul standing there. So it just shows that, you're going to get a lot of people laughing at you and a lot of people thinking he ain't going to do it. I can't wait till he fails. He's going to get beat down. He's going to get this. But eventually your haters start being your biggest fans, because they're like, that mother effer does not stop no matter what. He may not be the smartest. He may not be the more skilled, but something he's doing is he just gets up and gets up, and that will beat out all the talent in the world. That'll beat out everybody that's more skilled than you, as long as you just get up and do it again. It might take you a little bit longer than some people, but if you don't quit, you can achieve anything.
Yeah.
I like that because
I like that too.
even with, business, it feels like, if you don't get this lead, if you don't get this client, you keep getting beat up, but eventually there'll be that one client that will give you the chance.
Yeah.
You're only one away.
Yeah.
That's
Definitely.
it. You're only one deal. You might have to make 10,000 calls, but you're only one deal so many times.
Get that client.
Yeah.
I think we should do the rapid fire questions, and then we need to wrap
Your
it up.
favorite part. That's your... Yeah,
Okay.
go ahead.
Okay.
Rapid fire.
Yeah.
Yeah, bring it.
Right. When you're boarding a plane, window or aisle?
Aisle.
Told you.
Yeah.
Pancakes or waffles?
Huh? Pancakes or waffles? Oh. If there's chicken, waffles. Other than that, probably pancakes.
Pancakes?
Yeah.
Okay. One word to describe your journey so far.
Disruptive.
Oh, wow. If you weren't doing this, what would you be doing?
If I wasn't doing what I'm doing right now, what would I be doing?
Yeah.
Like the elevated group with Dirty Boots Coffee, if you weren't doing either,
Yeah.
what would you be doing?
What would you be doing?
Ooh. Man, I mean, this is my life, and
Yeah. You can.
I don't know. I don't know what I'd be
Okay.
doing. I mean, going to the entrepreneur lifestyle is just it's. I didn't plan to open a coffee company. I didn't plan to open a construction company. I didn't plan any of that.
Yeah,
I know.
it just kinda happens.
It just happened. But I don't know. I'd probably be fishing.
All right. Tell us something exciting you're working on next.
The most exciting thing I would think I'm working on is a new baby. I'm trying to get a new baby, so that's exciting. So we're working on it. I bought all these vitamins and everything I got on chat. I'm like, give me the best vitamins that will do this, this, and this, and maybe a little this. So I just got a bunch of. So that's great.
How old is Remy?
One. She'll be one next month. Yeah, she'll be one next month on that.
What day is her birthday?
The 22nd of July.
Okay.
Yeah.
I have a daughter that's the 14th.
Yeah, 22nd of July.
Awesome.
But besides making another kid, it would be, the most exciting thing we're working on is getting this coffee in every major non-traditional store. So not your Safeways, not your Walmarts, but not your Whole Foods, but in your AutoZones, your Sherman-Williams, your Home Depots, your mechanic shops, and getting all of them, which is non-traditional, and putting them there. And really, we've got some big backing, some people that are really excited about this, and we just want to get it out there because we want to raise $50 million a year for the trades. So that means we have to sell a lot of coffee, 50 million pounds of coffee.
Well, I love that coffee.
I liked it.
That
it was really
great.
good.
That
It was good.
really good. So is that what's in that box?
Yes, that's Sumatra.
Okay, that's
but
great.
the bag that I put it in, so I brought back from Seattle a big bag, and I just put it in that bag and sealed it. So it's not the exact coffee where it says on the bottom where it says morning oil.
Okay.
It's not that coffee.
Okay.
So if you go online and try to buy that, you don't have it. This coffee is something we're testing right now. It doesn't exist online yet.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah, so you get a special sneak peek of that, and I roasted it myself with the team. So
That's impressive.
Yeah.
I'm excited for it.
Yeah,
I'm gonna take
definitely.
that.
well,
I like it a
I
lot.
appreciate you guys having me on the show.
Yeah.
For your first one, you guys did really good, really
Thank you.
awesome.
Well, thank you so much, Phil, for being
oh.
our very first guest.
Yeah.
A little too late, Andy, but it's okay. I'm so kidding. I'm so kidding. But huge thank you. Thank you so much for being our very first guest on the podcast. We're truly honored to hear all about Dirty Boots Coffee and the Elevated Crew. So
Cool.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Oh, and then until next time, take care and thanks again. And don't forget to follow Curveview, the Elevated Group, and Dirty Boots Coffee on all social media platforms. Thank you.